Hello viewers, welcome to Mathathon. Today's video, we'll be looking at equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions have the same value even though they may look different. Now look at these two fractions represented. Now I have a half and I have 2 over 4. Now looking at the diagrams, right? Do they look similar to you? Although we have a half and 2 over 4, look at the shaded portion. Aren't they looking the same? This is because they are equivalent. So if I was to reduce this to put 2 into 2 goes 1 time and 2 into 4 goes 2 time, I will end up with my fraction being a half. This means that 2 over 4 and a half are equivalent fractions. Now, they're the same because when you multiply or divide both the top and bottom by the same number, the fraction keeps its value. So here I have a half, I have 2 over 4, and I also have 4 over 8. But I could say to myself, what did I do to 1 to end up with 2 here for the next numerator? Right, I multiply by 2. And whatever I do to my numerator, I must also do it to my denominator. So if I multiply 2 by 2, I'll end up with 4. Now, on the other side, if I also multiply 2 by 2, I'll end up with 4. And if I multiply 4 by 2, I'll end up with 8. This makes these three fractions equivalent. Now, the opposite is true because if we are dividing and I write 8 divided by 2, I will end up with 4. And if I write 4 divided by 2, I will end up with 2 as well. So they both work for multiplication and division. Now, let's work these examples together. Now, I have 1 over 5, which is equal to 3 over 15. I could ask myself, what did I do to the 1 to end up with 3? And remember, we're thinking of multiplication and division. Very good. So I would have to multiply 1 by 3 to get 15. Now that's my numerator part. What about the denominator part? Could I also multiply 3 by 5 to get 15? Very good. So therefore, these two fractions are equivalent once we multiply them by 3. And it could also be the case that if I divided 3 into 15, it would give me 5. Alright. Let's try another example. Now, I have a blank space here, so I need to find the numerator. But I have the denominator, and I have 8 over this side, and I have 24 over this side. But I need to ask myself, what did I do to the 8 to end up with 24? Very good. So I can multiply by 3 to get 24. Now, how am I going to find my numerator part? I know that I have to multiply something by 3 to get 18, but what is it? To get that part, we could say to ourselves, 3 into 18 goes 6 times, right? So therefore, 6 times 3 gives us 18. Very good. All right. Now let's look at another example. Now I have the numerator on the other side missing, but I have my two denominators. I need to know what did I do to the 5 to end up with 35. Very good. So I multiplied 5 by 7. Now, remember, whatever I do to the numerator or the denominator, I have to do it to both parts, right? So if I multiplied 5 by 7 to give me 35, therefore I also have to multiply 3 by 7 to give me my numerator that is missing, alright? And 3 times 7 gives me what? 21. Very good. So therefore, these fractions are equivalent. Now, on to our fourth example. Now, I have my numerator missing and I have both denominators. I need to know what did I do to 5 to get 40. Very good. So I would multiply by 8 because 8 times 5 gives me 40. Now, remember, whatever I do to my denominator, I must do to my numerator. So I now need to know what number can I multiply by 8 to get 24. I could also say to myself, 8 into 24, or how many sets of 8 can I get from 24? Very good. So I can multiply by 3. 3 eighths, 24. Alright? Now I hope you're getting these correct. Now, I want for you to pause the video and attempt these two questions, and then you're going to compare it with what will be shown afterwards. Alright, so I hope you got these correct. I want for you to comment below your responses before. Alright, I'm assuming you're finished commenting. Now, we need to know our missing numerator, right? But we have 3 and 30 as our denominator. We need to ask ourselves, what did we do to the 3 to end up with 30? Very good. So we multiplied by the 3, we multiply by the 10, sorry, to get 30, because 3 times 10 gives us 30. Now, whatever we do to our denominator, we must do to our numerator. So therefore, we're going to multiply 1 by 10, and we're going to get back 10. Alright? And the last example, we would multiply 3 by 4 to give us 12, right? Now, we need to know how many sets of 4 can I get from 8, or what can I multiply by 4 to give me 8? Because remember, whatever is here, I will get it by multiplying it by 4 to give me 8. Very good. So I could use 2, because 4, into 8 goes 2 times. Now, I hope you got this correct. Remember, equivalent fractions, they may not look the same, but they have things in common. And we can find equivalent fractions by using multiplication or division. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.